Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Um, First of all, I'd like to send my condolences to the family of the victim in Minneapolis who was fatally shot by this regime that we have in place. In a normal society, in a place where humanity reigns, everything would come to a halt at this moment. The whole country should be at a halt. But it won't, because we've been conditioned to accept these behaviors as normal. They pretty much telegraphed what they were going to do when they killed those two men in Venezuela that were surviving, holding on to a wreckage of a boat. I'm sure that where we are is the beginning of a very, very dark time. I'm not certain, and I'm pretty sure that we won't have a midterm election because they're going to every length, breaking every law to make sure that this regime stays in power. A plan of action has to be established and executed by the people that is going to at least get their attention and hopefully bring some sort of justice to this unjust society that we're living in, dictated by the very top. For the next week, In the Paint will be on hiatus as a form of respect and humanity toward the family of the young lady who was shot and killed by this lawless regime. It's gangsters to me, and we have a mob boss that's running it. And that's just my opinion. So I thank you all for your support, and hopefully we will be able to do episode 10 in the coming weeks. But there needs to be a change. We have to at least act like we're human again. And at this point, it doesn't seem to be resonating. In any normal society where humanity is paramount, everything would come to a halt right now. But these businesses, these individuals, these companies, they don't want to lose their materials. So this is exactly what we talked about. They've put material things in front of everything, even human life. And to continue to follow it, to continue to allow it to reign and be complicit simply because we've accepted it as normal, it's not going to fly. At least I hope not. So we will be back on hopefully next week if the wheels of justice start turning and something starts to be done. But I think it's tied up too much with bureaucracy and a lot of talk, a lot of news reporting, and a lot of, discussing, nothing being done. No changes being made, no halts to the power that they're wielding. I can only say that my heart goes out to humanity at this time, and I can only pray and put energy toward us waking up if it's not too late. Thank you all for your support, and once again, my condolences to the family, and we'll see you guys hopefully next week. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Percy Wellington, your man in the street for ITP Studios. Today we are here in Reflection Park, and we're trying to get folks to participate in one of our experiments. It's just a small survey. We ask them 3 wonderful questions, and they answer, and we give them $100. Now, they are unbeknownst that we have the $100 for them, but we're just trying to see if folks will actually stop and answer and simply talk to us. The 3 questions are: how's your day going? The second question is it going the way you thought it would when you left home this morning? And the third one is simply, are you happy? We're doing a questionnaire simply to find out the relationship between cynicism and neurosis in the lives of everyday people. Most folks are walking around like they're hypnotized. They've participated freely in hypnosis, and they don't smile, they don't interact. So we were here last week for 4 hours, and I missed my appointment. So I'm going to make sure that I don't take that long. We're going to try to get someone, but I'm out of here if they don't answer. So hold on, here's someone now. Ma'am, would you answer a question, please? Ma'am? Oh, okay, thank you. See, I have no idea why. And they are missing out on money, but most people, hey, they suffer from things and they don't even realize it because they're walking around, they're not smiling, they're just going, hold on, here's a man. Sir, please, sir, can you give me 5 seconds, please? All right, thank you, never mind. All right, here's 2 people. Like I said, I missed my lunch last week, and I'm not going to do it this week, so I'm going to tell Charles back at the studio that if nobody answers, we're going to be leaving pretty soon. Hold on, there's another. Hey, excuse me, sir, would you please answer? All right, thank you. Well, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, most people are pretty miserable and not really engaging in something that would have been beneficial for them financially. But we're going to continue. We'll have 1 more week of the program and see if anybody will say yes to our questions. And once again, our questions are simple. How is your day going? Is it the way you thought it would be when you left home this morning? And are you happy? And like I said, we're just conducting this study to find out how cynicism and, some of these other things affect people. Neurosis, namely. All right, back to you, Charles. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Percy Wellington, and I'm your man in the street for ITP Studios. Today, we are in the park once again asking people 3 simple questions for $100. The way that we play the survey is we ask them the questions. They have no idea.